Another well-known film face who joined us in the studio was Dustin Hoffman. He'd recently flown into London to be present at the Royal Command performance of his new film, Kramer vs. Kramer. But as with Alan Alda, we ranged wider than the silver screen. Like Alda, Hoffman is deeply concerned about the way the world is going.
Well, I'm 42 years old, and I was about 5 or 6, 7 years of age when I was in grade school. And the Second World War had just ended, and my country had dropped a bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and the reasons are still controversial whether it should have been done or not. And I remember being taught by the grade school teacher, as we all were, you'll see a white light before you hear a sound, and when you see a white light, you get underneath your desk and you put yourself in a fetal position, and then the glass breaks through your classroom, and then you hear the sound, and now you know you're in the middle of an atomic explosion. And I used to go home from school every day and see the empty lots filled with A-bomb shelters, and I knew that my neighbors and my family were going to the markets, and there was a great scare there during those formative years of my life, and I used to have nightmares and wake up, and I don't think I ever forgot that. And there's no reason to forget it now. We have all these smaller countries that can, any minute now, are going to be able to make bombs, and if there's some crazy people running any of those countries, we can step up from hostages to this kind of nuclear threat, and it's no fun. Your country has been through a war personally. My country never has been bombed, so you know much more than I do what that really feels like. And I guess the word nuclear family pertains to the fact that it's something that we live with today, like no people on earth have ever lived with, because Hiroshima, though these things maybe ended a war, nevertheless that bomb was not dropped on an arsenal or on a weapons factory. It killed families. It killed men, women, and children, and left their shadows in the cement, so to speak. And it's something that we haven't been able to work out yet, you know. And here we are, very short time later, 65, 35 years later, and we're still screwing around with these SALT talks, and we're, I don't know, in another way, maybe it's joining us, because I feel like I don't mean to be a doomsday spokesman, but I think in the next 15, 20 years, hopefully not less, I think there's going to be some decision that's going to be made that's going to decide whether we have a 21st century or not. I don't know.